was not constructive criticism. And prefixing your derogatory statement with, well, this is only my opinion, but does nothing to deduct from either the insult or the condescending tone with which it was said. So before you take another breath, another step along the road to utter dismissal of all credibility, please allow me to get something off my chest. The fact that I don't earn a living from my art does not make me a failure. The fact that no one pays me for my poetry does not make what I write a waste of time nor undermine the passion of my reading. The fact I'm not a headline name appearing on a festival stage does nothing to change the tear in the eye or the smile on the face of the people who read my words on the page or hear my performance, whether in a crowded bar, a public park, or shouted on a street corner. I'm always looking for an audience. And whether or not there's money involved has never really been of great importance, but I've met too many authors who won't even read an email or attend a free event if they think the organisers won't reward them. And of course, building a plethora of contacts is important, but if someone can't promote your work, is that really a reason to ignore them? No, of course not. But lately, I've been hearing disillusionment from far too many corners. Talented individuals abandoning their own artistic callings when their confidence is shattered by comparison to those who have established repertoires, personalised business cards, and thrive on crowds applauding. Finding only intimidation when it's inspiration that they ought to be drawing. Now, I'm not placing blame, and claiming shame is something that you ought to be ashamed of. I'm known myself in certain circles, and not too proud to occasionally name drop. But I've never let my ego grow beyond the cause that all my work's in aid of. And if I can help to shine a light on other writers, they're the ones I'll fan the flame of, and not be just another self-convicted critic they should be cowering in the shade of. The way some people carry on, you'd think success was just a simple trade-off. Why don't you just quit your job and concentrate on art, and it miraculously pays off? Well, I don't want to undermine or else deride what you've achieved, but you perceive how arrogant or ignorant it just might seem to criticise the grind of 9 to 5 when people left and right are getting laid off. Just hoping they can stave off debt, afford to eat and keep a bed and a roof over their heads to keep the rain off. I'd love to get more bookings and attend a few more slams, to storm the stage and spotlight to the cries of my adoring fans, but most of the time I'm working 6 or 7 days a week. And try as I might, I don't have time to dedicate to poetry. And so I write in snippets when the opportunities arise, snatching a precious 20 minutes to try scribing out some lines. I've chatted verses to myself while stacking shelves in aisle 5 and slaving late into the night after a 15-hour shift when I'm convinced I'm just another rhyming cut shy of finally getting that last stanza right. Packing poems in where they can fit around the rigmarole of real life. Now, I know that my complaints may simply sound like sour grapes from just another up-and-coming star who never actually came. Just another spark of promise that inevitably fades, and like I said, I don't intend to rain on anyone's parade, but if you are one of those people who's had the chance to hone their craft, I feel you have an obligation to help others with their art, to play a part in being better than those preening predecessors whose oppressive expectations try to stifle competition by dismissing the ambitions of new undiscovered writers who now retire frightened by derisive criticism. There's no reason to listen or keep giving them attention. They're pretentious and offensive, out of touch and out of date, and still debate the definition of what poetry should really be, instead of taking notice of the difference they can make. So let's create a new community, imbue a new philosophy, supportive positivity, not hostile animosity, no condescending mockery, no critical hypocrisy, just relishing creativity with openness and honesty. So if you feel the same as me, why not make that your policy? Create for just creation's sake and offer no apology to those who use themselves as any measure of your quality and estimate your status based on gaining praise and salary. I never claimed to be some kind of revolutionary writer, fighting righteous battles while I'm rattling my sabre, but I've never been afraid to raise a shout for things I care about. What good's a plan of action if it never leaves the paper? I'll continue heaping praise on any writers I appreciate, disseminate and share their work to give them the respect they've earned, and maybe have a chance to pass on anything I might have learned, and try to help them thrive and find the spotlight that their work deserves. I have my chance to shine, and now I'm glad it's someone else's turn. Thanks very much.